Well, with so many cops on the stage, I'd better stay to the script, otherwise I'm running foul of, I'm sure, at least the moderator, if not 4 more police officers. But I can also joke because I have been in the government in a central security organization for 15 years. I'm a 91 batch officer. And I have seen both sides of the equation. I now head G4S, which is the world's largest security provider and India's largest as well. So when I was a deputy commissioner, I also was struggling for manpower, stationery, and a lot of things that came up. But when a crisis did come, I did find a flood of funds that somehow became available to manage that crisis. So my experience really has been that if we want to take some of those lessons that we have learned from the past when 2611 happens or when other incidents of this nature happen, there is an ability for the government, whether it is a state government or a central government, to come together to find a solution very quickly. Sadly, of course, that solution tends to wear away over time, as our moderator explained, and that is more about our inability to maintain the technology that we have procured, our inability to continuously improve, and also some of it is human nature of trying to fall back to our old ways when the security situation comes back to normal. So I don't want to take much time, I'll only take a few minutes, but I would like to present a picture of what is possible when a private company, and most of us here are with private companies, when private companies partner with governments. So my company works in 120 countries. We work with probably 110 governments. We're a UK-based company. We are the largest in the world. So we manage 5 prisons, which we have built, which we own and which we operate without one single UK police officer, without one single weapon. And we are managing grade 1 criminals, murders, rapists, all sorts of offenders. And I have been to that facility, completely run by a private organization. And we have an absolutely perfect record in that area. We also manage detention centers in South Africa. We manage detention centers for migrants in Australia. We have done access control for the Pentagon. We do access control for the White House. So Mr. Obama's ID card has been built by us. So it gives you an idea that if government has a decision to take technology to its nth degree and to bring it into the common citizens, the safety and security of common citizens, there is a way. If 100 countries have found a way, I'm sure that one of the biggest democracies in the world, one of the richest countries in the world when it comes to funds, one of the largest security forces in the world will find a way to protect its common citizens. So I think we have to find a way, whether it is by the use of excellent technology, which I really applaud, because I mean, I'm from UP. I've been to Pratapgarh. One of my relatives was SP Pratapgarh many years ago, so I know the SP's house and the hockey stadium in front of it, the hockey field, where I illegally learned how to drive a car. But I must tell you, I have seen progress in a state like UP, and I've seen the ability, but this is more of developmental progress, that is an incremental progress that is building upon successes of the past. What we require is a leapfrogging of technology. And I think if we look at the police officers on the stage today, we will actually see that just across this stage, there is a leapfrog of technology that is waiting for a way to find a handshake. So I think if we are able to get past our procurement processes of L1, L2, L3, and actually look at it in terms of the threat that has presented ourselves to our common citizens, we may find a way of funding it. And I think in the end, there is no doubt that every police force would want to be modern, would want to be technological. So I don't think there's any resistance on that. I think it's a means of finding a way. And I think it comes down to funds and finding a way. Let us do our part as industry to find ways to be able to partner. And let us, as a police force, find a way to be able to have an outreach program for that. So perhaps my request to the senior police officers here is, if there is a methodical way of understanding what are the requirements and then requesting for basically brainstorming sessions, focus groups, and then let the industry come up with a way of how we can provide those solutions to government. Because in the end, I think we do have a common purpose, and that is to secure our citizens. So I'll end here. I have a lot more to say about the other topics, but I will leave it here. Thank you very much.